Hello everybody, here B37, and today we're going to talk about how worth it is to foil up your deck. There is one question that I have always asked to myself, and I have heard from all other people, friends, teammates, people inside the Magic Gathering community, and the question is the following: is it worth it to foil up your deck or not? Um, for me, in my personal opinion, the short answer is it is not, at least not financially. I will give you the following reason why I think it is not. However, there's a lot of people that like to foil up the decks, including myself, because it looks different. In my case, I prefer to play with foils over non-foils. However, there's a lot of factors to consider. The first factor to consider in regarding to foiling your deck is the value. Is the value that you pay for the cards. Here, it's the value between the foil and between the non-foil versions, because nowadays, especially in standard, the prices for non-foils and foils is almost the same. So if you're considering buying a card or trading for a card and the price between the non-foil and the foil version is almost the same or exactly the same, I would say, yeah, it is worth it to pay or to trade for the foil version, because the price is similar or the price is this short to between the foil and the non-foil. That's the first factor. The second factor is the playability of the card. You need to consider if you are playing a card in your modern deck and that card is still in the standard metagame, and it is a card that is it is seen playing a lot in standard, but not that much in modern. You need to consider that maybe, perhaps, that card will drop down in price when the rotation comes out, and maybe you can find that card cheaper when it rotates out from standard. Or the other way around, if it's a card that is playable or not that playable in the standard but is all over the place in modern, you should consider that maybe you should pick up this card right now while it's in standard, because it is not seeing a lot of play, and maybe when it rotates out in modern, we'll see a lot of play. The price will go up. For example, nowadays I can imagine of Uro, Questing Beast, Elder Gargaroth. There's those cards see play in standard but also see play in modern. So if you are considering to foil up your modern deck and you use either Uro, Questing Beast, Elder Gargaroth or other namesake card, and it's in a playing standard, there's a chance that when it rotates on from standard, it's still stable in modern, so it will be playable. So if that card is in playing standard and is in playing in modern, and the prices are not that different between the foil and the non-foil, maybe you should consider to pick up that card right away. Then yeah, that's for the playability in other formats, not only in modern. The next two factors that I would consider about foiling up the deck is reprints and bannings. Regarding reprints, I would say this is the key factor. What I chose not to say is worth it to foil up your deck, because in the recent years, especially the past year and this year, there has been a lot of reprints, a lot of sets like mystery boosters, double masters, what else, secret layers. So there's a lot of reprints all over the place in Magic. So most of the cards that used to have a value in foil versions, nowadays the value is not that high. The prices drop a lot, especially with those reprints in double masters, the reprints in mystery boosters. So I think that you should consider that maybe your card is worthy right now. It's valuable right now in full version, but maybe in the next year, or maybe when Wizards of the Coast announce another reprint series, the price will drop a lot. Uh, Even though you have the original version, the price will drop, maybe not that much, but it will drop for sure a little bit. So that's one factor. You need to consider the reprints, and the other factor is the bannings. Um, if one card is broken, really broken, and it's controlling the meta game, and you have it in foil and it's playable in modern, it's playable in standard as well, it's playable in other formats, and the foil version is really expensive, but then it gets banned in legacy, modern, and standard, like the case of Oko. I would say maybe the VIP version, like the borderless top boxer foil version of that card, will still hold its price a little bit, but the other version will drop. So that's another thing to consider. And one thing that you can do to overcome this thing is to keep advantage of your deck as much as you can. Play tournaments, go to your local store, go to top events, and make use of your deck. If you are falling off your modern deck, then you need to use it. That's one thing that you can do to overcome the reprints or the bans of your investment. Then moving to the next topic, I said that for me it was not financially worthy to follow up your deck. However, on the other hand, there's emotional attachment. So if you love a deck, if you like a card that much because you won your first BPTQ or your first RPTQ or your first FNM or your first game day with that card or with that deck, then that's another thing. Even though it is not financially viable, it has a lot of emotional attachment. Maybe that will be worth it to foil up your deck. This is the two sides of the coin. One thing, financially viable, I don't think so, because reprints, bans, playability, you need to consider a lot of things. But if you have a lot of emotions attached to one deck, to one card, then I would say, yeah, it is worth it. But it depends on you, it depends on each player, it depends on a lot of things. So that's it for the factors that I would consider regarding or towards to foiling up a deck or getting the most expensive version of a card. Yeah, I would say you need to consider financially all of these factors, or if you don't care about finance and you only care about emotions, and if you like a card, if you like a deck, then the emotional attachment plays a lot here. So that's all, guys. Please let me know your comments, and see you next time.